First, we are out in the Bay as the Hogs are getting ready to take on the Red Raiders tomorrow. This a live look at the Chase Center, where the Razorbacks looking to keep their March dreams alive. They've already taken down a 7 and a 2 seed. Now they're looking to advance to the Elite Eight, and we are courtside getting you ready for all the action. Thanks for joining us for your 5 News at 6. I'm Darren Bobb. The Hogs spent the day getting ready for the big game. We sent 5 News Sports Director Alex Stewart out to San Fran to cover all things Hogs. Joining us now live from the Chase Center. And Alex, we got to hear from Coach Cal and even some of the team today.
Yeah, we did, Darren, but being back in my home state, it kind of takes me back to the 4th grade. As a part of state history, we had to do reports on the Spanish missions throughout all of California, and it's kind of interesting. 22 years later, I'm back here doing a different report on a different mission, though those involved in the mission are trying to convert those willing to listen and trying to convert them into believers. Arkansas is the Cinderella story of the tournament. The 10 seed still dancing from 1-6 in SEC play to the 1-6, playing in the Sweet 16 against the Texas Tech Red Raiders tomorrow. It's improbable. That's what makes for the best stories and is why they're so memorable. The hero does the impossible, but with Boogie Flan back and Adu Thoreau possibly seeing the court tomorrow despite sitting out practice today, things aren't seeming so impossible after all, as the Hogs are reaching full strength, making believers of the doubters, trying to write the next successful chapter in this story.
It's win or go home. You know, we're writing our story, and I feel like we could have a great ending to it if we, stay locked in and keep doing what we need to do.
Now, they are expecting a physical game from the Texas Tech Red Raiders in this latest chapter, but as I said, they are trying to turn those doubters into believers. That is their mission here in San Francisco, California. We'll, of course, keep you up to date with all the latest information as we get it from the Bay Area and the Sweet 16. I'm Alex Stewart, 5 News Sports.
All right, Alex, thanks. We will, of course, have extended coverage for you as the countdown to the Sweet 16 is on. Alex will bring us all the action from San Fran. And tonight, by the way, at 7 o'clock, in about 58 minutes or so, you can tune in on 5+ for Arkansas courtside live from the Bay. We'll have a full recap of today's practice. We'll hear from the players and, of course, Coach Cal. You can stream it on 5+, download 5+ to your smart TV, and you can watch that for free.
What a nice day it was, and if you've not had a chance to get out and enjoy it, well, the next several hours, not going to be bad at all. Many of our temperatures by 7 o'clock largely going to be in the 70s, and we'll eventually drop into the 60s. Northwest Arkansas closer to 8 o'clock tonight. It's going to be comfortable. Our skies are going to stay clear. Unfortunately, tomorrow we'll have a few more clouds. Still going to be comfortable out there, especially the first half of the day. Now, by the afternoon into the evening hours, the River Valley, it's going to get a bit warm out there. I'm tracking mid-80s. There could be parts of the area that get close to those upper 80s. In Northwest Arkansas, our day begins clear. Clouds start to begin to move in by, let's say, lunchtime or so. Mid-70s by midday. Low 80s for afternoon highs there as well. We're tracking a few things over the next several days. Nice and warm temperatures are going to continue through the rest of the week, but the rain chances on Friday have ticked up just a little bit. I want to walk you through Futurecast there. We also got to talk about this weekend. It's going to be okay, but there are going to be a couple of chances of some rain, maybe a couple of thunderstorms. The details in just a few minutes.
All right, Scott, thanks. Tonight, a Washington County woman is now the first in the county to be convicted and sentenced for aggravated death by delivery of fentanyl. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi joins the studio now. And Jacob, local prosecutors say this is a message they need to send.
Yeah, Darren, prosecutors want people to know that they will prosecute fentanyl-related crimes and take this week's historic conviction and sentencing of Christy Kaywood. But while she's behind bars, a family is left grieving 40-year-old Cody Fazell, who overdosed on drugs he got from Kaywood. It's a type of loss known all too well by many Arkansas families.
Basically, they're giving you a gun and saying, put it in your mouth and blow your head off.
Jenny Neville says she joined the Hope Movement Coalition advocacy group after losing her son, Clay Baker, to drug overdose 10 years ago.
Our main goal is to support families. The stigma on overdose and fentanyl deaths really can cause somebody to go into their grief.
She says statutes allowing prosecutors to charge individuals in connection with overdose deaths is helpful in curbing this issue.
The more that they can get to the people that are dealing these poisons, the more the word will get out, and it's like, Arkansas is not the place.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed into law a bill in 2023 that made aggravated death by delivery a felony in the state of Arkansas.
Prior to these statutes existing, trying to make a set of facts fit another statute to see if it even does fit another statute, it was difficult. You convey or deliver one of these substances to someone and you cause their death with it. That's very clear cut, and those elements are much clearer and easier for us to utilize when we're discussing overdose deaths.
Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Courtney Cassidy says she hopes tougher charges with harsher punishments sends a message to those thinking of distributing drugs.
These cases are being treated like the homicides that they are. They're being investigated like the homicides that they are, and no matter how many agencies that requires, I think everyone is of the same mindset that they're willing to put forth their best effort, put forth their best investigative techniques to determine who provided those drugs to the individual who died and to hold them responsible for it.
Neville says her goal now is to continue educating people about the persistent dangers of fentanyl.
We have to wake people up. We have to say, look, this is poison. This is nothing more than someone, playing Russian roulette with your family member's life.
Now, according to the state of Arkansas House of Representatives, there were 251 deaths in 2022 where fentanyl was a contributing factor. That's more than half of all overdose deaths recorded in that year.
All right, Jacob, so there's still a stigma that comes with associated with drug overdoses. What are prosecutors, what are these advocacy groups are saying about this?
Yeah, Darren, the prosecutor's office says that each one of these lives matter, and it is important to hold the people accountable who pretty much end their lives.
Right.
And the advocacy group is really saying that, fentanyl can affect every family in this state, and a mix of awareness and these prosecutions, it's what's going to help curb this issue right here at home in Arkansas.
Yeah, it's a definite message that everybody needs to hear. All right, Jacob, thanks. Appreciate that. Well, new at 6, deputies in Missouri are launching an investigation after finding the body of a man in the trunk of a burned up car. Berry County deputies say the car had been towed and stored in Shell Knob before the body of 55-year-old Marvin McCullough had been discovered. Sheriff's office says the victim's mother told them her son had her vehicle and that she had not seen him in several days. Also new tonight, we're learning a Buffalo National River employee who was laid off as part of the federal government downsizing. Well, she has her job back. We first introduced you to Stacey Ramsey last month in a Facebook post. She confirmed that she got her job back after a ruling that ordered the rehiring of thousands of federal workers impacted by those mass firings. Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court now to halt that ruling, saying the judge cannot force the executive branch to rehire more than 16,000 probationary employees. Voters in Leflore County set to decide a sales tax increase next week. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis tells us how the money would help improve emergency services for the entire county.
Leflore County EMS Director Keith Likely tells me out of 4 million residents in Oklahoma, only 12,000 are certified paramedics and EMTs. He says this sales tax will bring in over $1 million more to their budget towards hiring more first responders and retaining the ones they already have on staff. Leflore County residents will vote on adding a 3/10 sales tax to help fund emergency services. Right now, the county is capped at 3 mills, or about $1 million in public funding, making up only 17% of their total budget. Executive Director Keith Likely says they hope to create a more competitive pay for their EMTs and paramedics and upkeep the quality of their ambulances.
We run so many miles that each of our 6 frontline units puts anywhere from 70 to 100,000 miles on every unit every year. So that causes us to have to purchase new ambulances every year to keep up. We've got ambulances 3 years old that have 300,000 miles on them and are going out of service just in 3 years. But every ambulance costs $200,000 to $300,000 a piece.
Residents will vote on the issue on April 1st. In Leflore County, covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.